against Upshaw.
Very tough.
I think there are just some times when the officials have to be more realistic when they're making calls on roughing the passer. That is a huge play against Gruden's Raiders.
Keep in mind, Gruden says Gannon is more intense than him.
Who needs audio?
Yeah, keep the lip readers away from the screen.
Did you say something now?
First and 10 at the 35. Fake to Anderson, then the handoff to Curtis Martin. And he comes up to the 40-yard line. He stopped there.
I have no idea what happened. It just completely... Facebook just completely cut my connection. I have no idea what happened. I don't think it posted either.
We're catching up in a big hurry now.
Freaking bullshit.
Vinny, not exactly the great Slidini with that play fake.
Clearly the penalty against the Raiders, the clapping by Testaverde.
So unfortunately, if you're not watching it, you're not going to get to see the whole game. So I hope you're watching it live.
Gruden's takes.
Continuing action foul. Personal foul. Face mask. Defense, number 91.
Upshaw.
15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Well, they've got to cool him off, so they have to take him out of the game.
No question about it. That's 30 yards in penalties in the last two plays. Unless you count in the short rush, the yardage that Curtis Martin got. And the Jets are all the way into Raider territory.
Nobody buys into that Raider mythos more than Reagan Upshaw.
First and 10 now as the Jets, thanks to the two penalties, have the ball in Raider territory. Lamont Jordan is the running back.
Oh no, it did post the first half. It did post the first half when it disconnected it. So you can't go back and watch the other part of it. It did post it.
Eric Allen covering and breaking it up.
So those of you that didn't get to see the first part of the game, you can go back and watch it. It did post it. Goddamn Facebook. And you can't call it bitch to nobody because you don't fucking pay for it. So.
The Raider cornerbacks, both Allen and Charles Woodson,
because it wasn't me.
As feared around
Facebook
the league
disconnected
as they once
me.
were. Big thing with Woodson, he hasn't had much practice time because of that bad toe. He's still a marvelous athlete.
Farther all year. There was James in the game. He mirrors Corbett, who's in motion. Pass underneath is caught by Gerald Soule, his first touch of the game, and he's down to the 40-yard line.
Woodson's toe problems are now translated into stamina problems, Al, without the practice.
Sure. Woodson announced tonight as a starter once again in the Pro Bowl as he completes his fourth season. Eric Allen now comes back into the game, and James comes out. Third down and 4 at the 39. 6.5 to go in the third. Raiders, who led by 13 at the half, leading by 6. Testaverde into traffic, and as it knocked away, it was deflected away on a pass intended for Coles.
When we talk about Eric Allen, and you talk about the veteran experience he has, watch him read this route by Coles, get his eyes on the ball. He saw that Coles was going to the inside. The first thing he did is to see where Vinny was going with the ball. You can't get any closer coverage than Eric Allen had that time on Lavernius Coles.
Tom Tupa's first punt of the game. Tupa outstanding at dropping them inside the 20. Tries to do it here. And the fair catch is made by Tim Brown to the 16. Not John Gruden's favorite series of the night, but it doesn't hurt him, except in terms of field position. And the second Saturday night in January, Raiders up by 6 as you look at Jerry Rice, you look at Tim Brown there. This drive beginning at the 15-yard line. And Gannon stepping up in the pocket, throws underneath, and having to fall down to make the catch was James Jett, who's been around a long time, 9th year, but relegated to a reserve role. Jerry Rice, meanwhile, I would say ending his career, but who knows the way he is going. Phenomenal numbers, obviously. He's lapped the field, and not only in the regular season, but in career playoff marks as well. As you can see, holds the significant records in postseason as well as regular season. As Garner takes it up to the 24-yard line, a little short of the first down.
Charlie Garner's got such great feet. I mean, he was crushed there, but his feet never stopped. In fact, they went in reverse, and he backed up for 2 or 3 yards after the big hit. Watch as he hits off the right side of the Jets defense here. He'll get hit, and then because he doesn't stop his feet, he just puts him in reverse.
Now 3rd down and 1, Wheatley in the game. Little toss back to Wheatley.
Oh, that was pretty, man. That was pretty.
First down, 20 more.
What a nice fucking play that was.
When you play a team 6 days apart, as these two teams are playing, that is an example of what you do to change the game plan. They come in with the heavy look of running the power up the middle. They fake it to Crockett, flip it outside. The Jets were caught thinking that it was going to be power up inside. That is game planning on the second game in a short period of time.
And the big man gets the ball into the safe house of the outside arm. Nice attention to detail.
16-yard pickup from the 40-yard line on first down. Gannon rifles it over the middle, and that's into the arms of Charlie Garner for a first down at the 43-yard line.
You know, not only can Charlie Garner put his legs in reverse, he can roll down the field. As he catches his ball, the ball will force him to the ground, but the whistle doesn't blow. So what do? Just keep rolling. 1, 2, 3, get touched there. That's 5 yards.
He averages 4.5 a roll. That's regular for him.
Garner 66 on the ground, 27 more in receptions. 1st and 10 up at the 43-yard line of the Jets. Garner again. Fights for a couple to the 41-yard line. A reminder the week after the Super Bowl, because the staff that coaches the Pro Bowl team is the staff that loses the conference championship game.
That's where he was last week.
Yes, he was. 2nd and 7. And Gannon airing it out, and Brown tries to get free and can't. And Brown is exorcised because he thought Aaron Glenn was hand-holding.
They were certainly battling going down the field. Glenn is 31. Brown is 81. Watch the hands going back and forth. Brown tries to push off. Glenn tries to hold. That's a good non-call because this ball was overthrown. Don't think Tim Brown could have caught it without the contact.
Yeah, but if it's not overthrown, is that enough for a call? It looks iffy, huh?
I think those two guys would have to talk about it in the structure.
3rd down and 7 from the 40-yard line. Jets come on the blitz. Raiders pick it up beautifully, but then Gannon sidearms it and has it knocked down.
That's a huge play for the Jets. Not able to get the sacks on Gannon last week, but they did knock down 3 of his passes. This is a huge play on a 3rd down that keeps the Raiders out of field goal range and forces this punt. Watch Gannon with the sidearm. Rick Lyle, number 95, with his right arm, gets up in the air and foils that pass.
Lyle in for the flew like Abraham.
Shane Licker the punt. Santana Moss back to receive, and the kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. Jets will take it at the 20 with 2:39 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 16-10 Oakland. New York Jets have the ball at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. And a little toss back to Curtis Martin, who picks up 3, and he's out of bounds at the 23. Dan, let's check out the QBs tonight, how they stack up.
Rich Gannon has cooled off just a little bit. Testaverde got hot on that last drive when he hit 3 passes in a row, or 2 drives ago. And, of course, the 17-yarder to Wayne Forbett for the touchdown. It has made this game a lot more interesting. The defenses are settling in more now. We've had a couple of punts, and now the Jets are trying to long drive from their own 20.
2nd down and 6 at the 24-yard line. And that is caught by Coles. Beautiful play. Working to the outside. And Coles is out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Let's go down to the field, check in with Melissa.
Allen, injury update on Raiders cornerback Eric Allen. He is experiencing cramps in his left calf. He's going in and out of the game so they can work on it, so it's clearly affecting him.
And Torrey James is the guy who keeps coming in and out with him. And he was covering Coles on that last play. Now Allen comes back in for this play. First and 10 at the 44-yard line. Vinny to the outside to Anderson. And Anderson, is the ball alive? No whistle. It was fumbled.
Raider football, baby.
Brady Jackson.
Ball was ripped out by Johnny Harris as Anderson was stumbling, trying to get to the first down marker. And Johnny Harris came up and just ripped it loose as Greg Biekert hit him low. Testaverde with a lot of time to throw. He finds Anderson on the outside here. Watch Johnny Harris rip it out with his right hand, and big Brady Jackson will take the air out of the ball as he falls on it. Great play by Harris to rip it loose.
Second Jet turnover tonight. Oakland has none. And as Garner takes the ball up to the 49, that means in the last 2 games, 5 Jet turnovers, none for Oakland.
And you remember that this team, the Jets, led the NFL in turnover ratio at a +18. So uncharacteristic of the Jets to have these turnovers last 2 games against the Raiders.
And yet they won last week, and they're still hanging in here.
Amazing. Second down and 6. They won 2 games during the regular season, -3 in turnovers. The other was against Carolina. And that's Rice on a slant. Jerry Rice to the 3.
Jerry.
You don't tomahawk chop a ball on from Jerry Rice from behind. See that cover up.
47 yards.
And a classic Jerry Rice post pattern. Gets to the inside at full speed off the line of scrimmage and an extra gear to get inside the 5-yard line. His 24th playoff game of this great career. And please, Jerry, whatever you do, don't retire.
On first and goal, Charlie Garner to the 1.5-yard line.
Forget retire. He's going to renegotiate.
He'll go to Canton, but I think he's a long way from Canton. Jerry Rice at the end of the 3rd quarter. Raiders knocking on the door. Up by 6. Back to Oakland after this from our ABC station. One of these guys goes on vacation next week. The other prepares for action next weekend. Herman Edwards will go to Pittsburgh. John Gruden would go to New England as we start the 4th quarter. The Raiders up by 6 and threatening as they have it second down and goal at the 2-yard line. John Ritchie and Zach Crockett are the running backs. Crockett the tailback, Crockett with the ball, Crockett with a touchdown.
Touchdown. Raiders. You need 1 yard, you give it to Zach fucking Crockett every damn time.
And the Raiders are going to go for 2 with a 12-point lead.
Give added rest to Seb Janko's cellulitis-addled foot.
And a smart move by John Gruden.
Well, that's what I meant to say.
Good math. 2-point conversion. They'll try it on the ground. They get it.
Garner hardly even touched.
Garner adds the deuce to make it a 14-point game.
During the regular season, Zach Crockett scored 6 touchdowns. Al talked about how he is the short yardage specialist. Well, he's 6'2", 240
What's up,
pounds,
Lori?
A twin in John Ritchie.
How you doing
about
on this
the same
beautiful Black
size,
Friday?
And that's about as easy as you're going to get in for Zach Crockett. When I talk about easy, Here he is over the right side one more time, and then Garner will get the two-pointer. Watch how easy this one is. The Jets standing straight up. They're looking tired. That defense just not strong enough to overcome the turnover by Richie Anderson.
Yeah, the air just might have gone out of the Jets' mindset there.
Johnny Harris made the strip. Richie Anderson, of course, with the fumble. And, you know, we're always talking about turnovers. Jerry, you are unbelievable. No other way to put it. Whatever that is, send some up here.
They said Ponce de Leon something on it.
Man.
Well, their stock just went through the roof, whatever that was.
Yeah. You don't think it was smokeless tobacco, do you?
No.
Redman at the 36-yard line, first down. Here's Coles. He's going to go back the other way. And all that for a gain of about a yard or so, up to the 37, tackled by Grady Jackson.
Not exactly the way you draw it up, but the thought about getting the ball in Cole's hands is a good idea for the Jets. Right now, he has the ability and the speed to break a big one, but I don't think the Jets have to worry about that right now. A lot of time here. Fourth quarter just started. Just down by 2 touchdowns. Good field position to start this drive.
Chuck Bresnahan, the Raider defensive coordinator. Second and 9 from the 37. And Corbett gets open in the seam and a first down at the Raider 43-yard line. Third grab tonight for Wayne, all of them very important. 20-yard pickup.
Well, Corbett will get to the inside, and he'll work against the safety, Anthony Dorsett here. Dorsett playing deep, allows Corbett to cut across the middle. They do not want the Jet receivers to get behind him. Chuck Bresnahan and the Raider defense will allow this type of play right on down the field.
At the 43, first down. Martin almost broke it. Comes close to picking up a first down before Charles Woodson.
Well, obviously the Jets had to answer the call when they came out for the second half. Did so. Looks like they might answer it again here.
Curtis Martin is so patient. Watch as he just bides his time behind Kerry Jenkins and Richie Anderson. This is a beautiful tackle by Woodson because this is big yardage if Woodson doesn't dive out here to make this tackle. Fighting off the block of Anderson and bringing down Martin, who is now 5 yards away from 100 on the night.
Second and 1 at the 33-yard line. Throws it away, nothing happening downfield. Figured to take a little free shot on second and short.
Boy, there could be an argument for intentional grounding because Vinny was not out of the tight end area. And as he threw the ball, he kept walking. Did you notice that? He was walking towards the tackle box or the tight end box. Watch Vinny throw this ball away. And then he'll just kind of stroll on over there to make sure that Dick Hantak thought he might have been legal.
Well, what possible rationalization could Hantak have for not calling that?
Then he got away with it. Third and 1. Lamont Jordan is the running back. He gets the ball. He gets the first down. Good, hard running. And I guess if you're looking ahead to someday a successor to Curtis Martin, Jordan looks like he might be able to fill the bill. So it's a first down at the 27-yard line.
But they answer the bell right back.
At the 27 now, first down. Martin back in the game. Corbett in motion. Swing it out to Curtis. Woodson takes him down at about the 24-yard line.
Take a close look at Charles Woodson. He looks to be a little bit winded. Remember, he does not practice much during the week because of that bad toe. He spends a lot of time on the stationary bike to keep his conditioning up, but there's no such preparation for the real deal.
Second down and 7 at the 24-yard line. Into traffic, nearly picked off, and then Dorsett, with a flag being thrown, does not pick it off in the end zone. Woodson down on the turf. The pass was intended for Santana Moss, the Jets' #1 draft choice, who's missed most of the season with a knee injury.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. First down.
Well, the Jets are not shying away from Charles Woodson. They know he's hurt. They know his conditioning may be suspect. Here's Santana Moss, the rookie, trying to get free from Woodson. Woodson just shoves him. Boy, that's a tough call on Charles Woodson. Vinny with a lob shot over the middle. Lucky that Johnny Harris didn't just reach up and pick that off.
Johnny Harris gave him a shot too, but Santana Moss draws the penalty, and that gives the Jets a first and goal at the 9-yard line as they try to climb back into it. Jets penalty free tonight. On first and goal, Testaverde lofts it into the back of the end zone, intended for the tight end Anthony Beck, a guy he looks for in the red zone, and it's incomplete with Harris covering on the play.
Yes, this is the 2001 wild card game.
On the year, and
the game
all
before.
5 of them have come from this part of the field. The lob to the back because Beck is 6'5". Johnny Harris with perfect coverage. Smothered him.
Johnny Harris had a heck of a night. Pulled that fumble out earlier in the half. Great coverage there.
Certainly has.
Takes it to the 4. Good running. Tackle by Chris Cooper, setting up a 3rd down and goal.
And good blocking on the outside by Richie Anderson, who you know is just dying inside after having that ball pulled out by Harris. He was very tenacious, leading Curtis Martin to the outside. Watch number 20 at the fullback position on the counter. Terry Jenkins with the block, and now Anderson working on Marquez Pope. Good hustle by Chris Cooper, stopping that one, too.
That puts Martin over 100 yards tonight. 3rd and goal from the 4. Then he throws, and that's incomplete. Knocked down by Woodson, intended for Coles. And now with 10:21 remaining, and you're down by 14, Herman's going to go for it.
And if Charles Woodson has a healthy foot, he is in the end zone the other way. Watch him break on this ball. Just an instant sooner, he catches that ball easily and scores.
Herman Edwards on 4th and goal. Down by 14 is shooing a chip shot field goal. I think it's a good call.
Keep your eye on Curtis Martin.
Then he throws. Caught by Anderson. A little bit of redemption right there. Touchdown, Richie Anderson on a 4th and goal for the conversion. And it's a 7-point game again. So the Jets just keep hanging in, as they have almost all season long. From 14 down to 7 down. 24-17. Oakland has the lead after the Jets draw to within 7, and John Hall sends a bouncing ball down to Randy Jordan. And Randy gets run out of bounds into the Oakland bench at the 32-yard line. Berman's gang hanging in. Up by 7. A little bit more than 10 minutes to play from the 32-yard line. And they begin with Garner behind Richie, turning it upfield and fighting his way across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Well, Jerry Rice is playing in his 24th playoff game in his great career. 23 with the Niners. He got the Raiders started off early in the first quarter. That 26-yarder followed by this 29-yarder. And then when the Raiders needed it most, he takes the skinny post down to the 3-yard line and led to a 14-point lead. 7 catches tonight for Jerry Rice.
7 for 141. Not since Cliff Branch in 74 has a Raider receiver gained that much yardage. 27 seasons ago. Gannon throws, caught over the run, over the middle on the run by Jerry Rice. And his 8th grab of the night is another first down to the 44-yard line. He's been averaging 21 yards per catch, and that one is good for 21.
Hey, how long is it before Jerry Rice catches a pass in this league on somebody who wasn't born when he started in the league?
There he is in the slot. The quick step to the outside gets him away from Marcus Coleman, and Gannon again is right on target. Rice does not have to break stride to make the catch and make yardage.
First down, Raiders now from the 44-yard line. Gannon to the outside, and a great open field tackle made on James Jett by Aaron Glenn. Huge stop, of course, here for the Jets. Clock ticking down, coming off that imperative touchdown drive. And the Jets have to stop him here.
And the one thing the Raiders have had trouble with in their 3-game losing streak is finishing games. They have not found a way to put their opponent away. This drive is exactly what they need.
That pass that was errant, intended for Roland Williams, would have in effect ended the game in the Raiders' favor last week. Second down and 8. The handoff going to Terry Kirby as they go to Kirby coming out of the backfield, and he goes nowhere. Rick Lyle makes the stop.
Well, you got to wonder about the choice, not so much of the play, but of the player for Gruden. Garner's having a great night. Wheatley looks sharp, and Terry Kirby gets his first carry.
Third down, 8 now at the 42-yard line.
They better keep their eye on Jerry Rice. That's all I know.
In the slot. That's Brown in motion. Brown goes over the middle. The pass goes over the middle, but to Jerry Porter for a first down. So they go to the number 3 receiver for a big 3rd and 8 conversion of 20 yards.
And that's what happens when you keep too many eyes on Jerry Rice.
Well, and Jerry Porter is the heir apparent to Rice. He's got great ability, good size and speed, sure hands on that one, making the tough catch over the middle.
Gruden said the nice thing about him is he's able to play the 3rd receiver on either side. You know, Brown's spot or Rice's spot. For a young guy, that's pretty astute.
Tyrone Wheatley is the eye back. He gets the football. It's 1 to the 21-yard line.
Now, what that catch did is it put the Raiders in field goal position. A field goal here puts them up by 10 and in great position to win this playoff game.
Offensive production for each team tonight. The Raiders over 400 yards. Raiders finishing 4th in the NFL in scoring this season. They put 24 up tonight. Second down and 9 at the 20-yard line. Gannon to the end zone to Rice.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Off the charts.
Either side of the bay, either side of the end zone. No matter, Dano.
Well, watch the moves. Nobody does it better. A little fake there, got him free from the bump by Aaron Glenn. And now Damian Robinson, 22, is too late to get over there. And Rice says, hey, that was easy. I do it all the time.
21-yard touchdown reception. Janikowski for the point after. Rice becoming the oldest man ever to score a postseason touchdown. Just the best. Simply the best. Fred Biletnikoff holds the Raider record for the postseason record, most receiving yards in a game, 190 in 1968. Jerry Rice tonight with 183. Biletnikoff did it against the Jets in New York. Rice 7 yards shy tonight after the touchdown grab. Santana Moss to run it back. And he runs into a wall up at the 25-yard line.
Rice has got to get bumped by Aaron Glenn on this coverage. It's too deep. And to give the safety Robinson any shot at all at covering Rice in the end zone like that, Glenn's got to knock him off his stride. But how do you knock off Jerry Rice? You don't.
And it's not like a guy like Rice needs any help, but Gannon has been completely dialed in all night to begin with.
1st and 10 for the Jets, down by 2 scores again, with only 5:45 left on the clock from the 25-yard line. Testaverde for Trebet, can't make the catch, but 2 flags come in.
They're going to get Charles Woodson for impeding the progress of Trebet down the field with his arm. They call it the arm bar, where Woodson will put out his right hand and keep Trebet from getting to this ball.
Interference, defense, number 37. First down.
Johnny Harris.
I can't believe it's Johnny Harris. Maybe it's Lester Hayes.
Check the hands.
It's Charles Woodson right here. That's the arm bar. Watch that right hand. That holds Trebet back, and still Wayne almost makes a one-handed grab.
Hey, Lester Hayes and Fred the Bludnikov hugged each other once in the early 80s. They still haven't pried them apart.
Eric Allen, who had gone back to the locker room, is back in the game after the 26-yard penalty. First down, New York at the 49-yard line as Vinny guns one, and that's caught at the 30-yard line by Santana Moss. The rookie out of Miami suffered a knee injury early in training camp and just made his way back about 6 weeks ago.
Right, you go back to pass protection. Vinny's had it all night long. 29 throws, 0 sacks, very little pressure out of the Raider defensive line. This Jet offensive line only allowed 19 sacks all year. That was number 2 in the NFL.
First down, Jets at the 29-yard line. Ticking down to 5 minutes left in the 4th. To Martin. Gain of about 4 to the 26-yard line.
You got to like the indomitable feeling that Herman Edwards has instilled in these Jets, too. I mean, they really are resilient.
There's no problem with the offense tonight, but the defense, they look tired on that last drive. No pressure on Gannon, and the secondary just looked a little leg heavy.
Second and 6 now.
My pleasure, BC.
25-yard line.
Thanks for sharing it up, brother. Appreciate it.
4.5 to play. Raiders come on the blitz. Then he's stepping up. But down he goes anyway at the 28-yard line. It will be recorded as a blitz, as a sack. Roderick Coleman and Grady Jackson were both there.
Greg Biekert had 3 sacks during the season. Looked like Vinny might be hurt, dragging his right arm. Biekert gets picked up there by Richie Anderson, but doesn't stop. Keeps after Vinny. Now we got to check him out as he goes down right here.
He is shaken because the Jets have taken a timeout.
Big Grady Jackson will shake you.
He will. If you don't take a timeout, he's got to come out of the game. And they don't want to do that right now because they have a 3rd down and long coming up. The critical play of the game for the Jets right here. Chad Pennington is the backup, and I guess the would-be successor at some point. Second-year quarterback out of Marshall, but you don't want to put him in this situation.
And if you put him in McEnroe's chair right now, he'd be off the charts.
Heart rate.
They need a fucking noodle arm.
So they have to use a timeout to buy time for Vinny to regroup. And here he comes now on 3rd down and 8 from the 28-yard line.
Thank you, Cody. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Raider blitz. He gets it away. It's caught, taken to the 20. It's Richie Anderson. He dropped the ball, but recovers it himself. However, he is shy of the first down, and clearly you're going for it on 4th and 1 here.
And that was the key on that play. Vinny knew he didn't have to get
I'm warming up to the
yardage
idea
for the
of
first
Jersey
down.
coming back. I'm
Herman
coming
Edwards
around
would go
on
for
it, man.
It's just,
It was such... last weekend was just such a shitstorm with the season ending, Jack getting fired. It just, the whole couple days there was just such a shitstorm. It's just hard to feel good about anything coming out of that, and I'm coming around.
It's a little toss back to Lamont Jordan. And Jordan puts his shoulder down and gets the first down and takes it to the 11-yard line.
Like I said, pretty much when he puts that into paper, man, and they announce
real power, and when you lower your
Gruden's
shoulders
back,
like
he's
that,
the new coach of the Raiders. Man, I'm all on board.
Brilliant play
Let's do it.
selection by Paul Hackett, faking the dive up in the middle, and then the flip to the outside.
We can't say they're not spending money on the coaching staff trying to win. We can't say that because they are obviously willing to spend some money.
5'10", 130. First and 10, the ball is at the 11-yard line.
To get the job done.
3 minutes to play. Testaverde slings it to the outside. That's caught. Anderson tries to get out of bounds, but can't. Tackled there by Johnny Harris.
They can't afford to throw passes like that don't stop the clock. Hit now. They've had to use it one timeout just a couple of moments ago.
In a position now where they're clearly forced, if they can score, to onside kick with 2.5 to go, second down and 5. They can't get a first down without a touchdown.
Got to throw this ball into the end zone or out of the back of the end zone.
Then he throws it over the middle and is caught, and they do anything but. It's Richie Anderson to the 4-yard line, doing the Raiders a favor.
It's like an odd syndrome we've seen sometimes this year where they're almost too relaxed about the constraints of time. We've seen it with other teams.
And not only that, they're going to take it right down to the 2-minute warning. So there goes a free timeout. 2-minute warning, still trying to get into the end zone, down by 14 in Oakland. John Gruden pacing, talking to Bob Casulo, the special teams coach, but right now it's the Jets trying to get into the end zone.
It's very true, Billy. And a lot of guys, if they see what's going on with the Raiders and they come out and they get a positive thing going this year with Gruden under their helm, players will come and want to play for him, and they will even play for less if they have the chance at a championship.
Testaverde throwing, and that's incomplete.
Money's nice, but when these guys start to get later in their career, man, they want to leave with the ring.
And they're going after the best defensive back of the Raiders in Charles Woodson. I don't get the last 2 play calls. I certainly don't like the clock management. You got to throw the ball in the end zone here. You can't expect your receiver to catch the ball, break a tackle, and score.
They can get a first down without a touchdown, but he's got to throw it into the end zone. Here, it's 4th down and 3.
This is the same formation that Anderson scored on earlier.
The cluster. Testaverde into the end zone for a touchdown to Crabette. Over the middle, just about the same spot where he had Anderson earlier for the touchdown. This time it's 80 instead of 20.
Yeah, brilliant play call. You got it.
Hall for the extra point. So there is Hackett making the play call there. Jets get in. Now they need an onside kick recovery. They have 2 timeouts. Oakland up by 7.
Well, make sure you guys tune in every Friday to Raider Reaction. We have Black Friday, Silver and Black Theater right here on Raider Reaction. Every Friday night we dust off a Raider Classic. So when you're getting that Jones for some Raiders football in the offseason, you know, on Friday night, you can at least come by here, hang out with a sizable group of Raider Nation,
2 out of every 3.
and kick back and watch some Silver and Black. And you know, you're going to see a win every time you come. Because I will never bring down a Black Friday with a Silver Raider loss. So you always know you're going to have a good outcome. You always know it's going to be a good game.
The Jets. And it is Hall who lofts one all the way down to the 11-yard line. Shockingly, and Tim Brown,
of course,
is out
Monday
of
through
bounds
Thursday.
at the 22
Make sure you stop in as well, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern.
to take their timeout.
Check out the rest of the Raider Reaction lineup.
Is what Herman Edwards is thinking
Monday and
about.
Wednesday we got Ghost of the Post.
So they're going to take that. Obviously,
Wednesday is
first thing
Ghost of
they're
the
gonna
Post,
do is
Silver and
stop
Black, Coast to Coast with myself and NorCal Raider Rick.
Give it to Wheatley.
Raider Nation Report on Tuesday.
That's a $1.45.
And this coming Thursday we've got a special on-location interview.
After the next play,
They kickboxer over in Orlando.
are forced in a position where the Raiders will take
Member of the Orlando Raider Nation. He's got a big fight coming up at the end of the month that we are going to cover live.
And you also got to think about the Raiders punter, Shane Leckler, who led the...
So we're going to try to keep some entertainment going for you on the Raider Reaction page through the offseason.
Yards per kick. But that might give an opportunity for Santana Moss to get a big return. Was exactly
So please like the page, follow the page, share the page.
So second down, the final timeout now coming up after this play. Vinny just waiting in the wings. From the 21. And the Jets do their job, the defense does, so that stops it with a $1.40.
You know, Al, some would say maybe
I do want to put it out there since we do have a
but if there's anybody who knows about
large audience this evening, we are looking for any new show hosts, graphic artists, musicians, anything you have, anything that you want to can bring to the table that so helps us paint the world silver and black.
New York sports fans.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Hit us up, send us a message.
Well, the Jets right now cannot
We
stop
want to
the
help
clock
you
after
get it
the
out
next
there,
Raider
just
play.
like the
So
gentleman I'm
typically
going to
takes about
interview
5
next
seconds.
week.
40 seconds
It's a member of the Raider Nation, man. He's out trying to do great things.
And it will be with
We want to
under a
help you
minute
get out there.
that the Jets will get the ball
So
back.
hit us up.
When your quarterback's only missed 6 throws out of 29, Gruden's got to be tempted to throw this ball, but I think he's going to have to run it, take time off that clock.
I agree. It must be so tempting, but he knows if he fails, the Jets could capitalize. Garner. Well, this is going to make everything.
Charlie Garner, I miss you, Charlie Garner.
Touchdown.
I miss you, Charlie Garner. My God, you're something special, man. Just makes me the only thing I hate about watching this era is that these guys didn't get a damn ring, man. It's just so sad that these guys didn't get a ring because they were such a goddamn talented
How about a backbreaker
team.
against the blitz? Herman Edwards decided to blitz the Raiders right up the middle, try to cause some type of turnover. The perfect call by John Gruden. The pitch to the outside. Garner goes 80. Untouched.
Janikowski for the point after. 80 on 3rd and 11.
I got it.
And now down by 2 touchdowns.
This was the last time John Gruden roamed the sideline in Oakland. Right here. This game. And he left a winner. We lost the next week in the snow in New England. But the last time John Gruden was on the field in Oakland, he left a winner.
See you later.
Let's hope when he returns, he's a winner as well.
Tim Brown on Victor Green gets away with it, and Charlie Garner, bad foot and all.
Oh, man. Charlie Garner was something else. And his hands, man, he was like another freaking wide receiver out there.
It was the second longest run in postseason history, and also it's an historic one in our mind's eye, because when you think back to the longest run in Raider postseason history, prior to this, it was Marcus Allen and that memorable run in the Super Bowl in Tampa against Washington.
Tim Brown on the outside with the key block right there. And when you add this 80 to what the Raiders have done tonight, they go over 500 yards in offense. So you don't think that traveling across the country 3 times in 7 or 8 days affects the defense? 500 yards worth.
Brown perspective on the long touchdown. It's Raider lore. It's all over the place, Sal.
Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, Rich Gannon. Well, the last thing they wanted to do was have to play a game this week when they had the bye week secure, but at least right now their season will go on. And the Raiders will go to New England next week to take on the Patriots on Saturday night as Moss drops the ball at the 7-yard line. And then works his way out of bounds up at the 26. So barring the wackiest miracle imaginable, here's the way it will
What are my
look.
thoughts on that? It's a good question. I'll field that. My thoughts are,
and the winner of that game,
I think he can be good. He's a very cerebral guy. So is Gruden. The two have already, obviously, Gruden and Gannon have an amazing relationship already. If Carr can mesh well with those two, that could be magic. It really could. So
they're rolling now, aren't they?
From the 26-yard line, first down for the Jets. Testaverde dumps it off to Curtis Martin over the middle, and Curtis up to the 48-yard line.
Well, whatever Herman's selling, though, the Jets have definitely bought because they're taking it down to the final tick.
859 yards of offense in this game. 5:02 for Oakland, 3:57 for the Jets. On 1st and 10, that pass is caught by Coles, and he steps out of bounds just at about the first down marker.
Well, obviously the ship has sailed, but it's nice to see Herman put his stamp on this squad. I mean, you have Groh defect back to the college ranks. You wonder what you're going to do, and they've picked the right guy, hey, Al?
I would say, and it was a surprising choice. Terry Bradway came in as the general manager. Groh shocking everybody, and Herman had not been a head coach. He was Tony Dungy's defensive backfield coach and assistant head coach at Tampa. 2nd down and 1, and Vinny stepping up, throws to Coles and makes the catch at the 32, and he takes it to the 16-yard line. So the Jets just refuse to die. Vinny now will come up and spike the ball. And that stops the clock with 33 seconds.
Yeah, you look at the Jets and their future with Lavernius Coles coming on as he did this year. They get Santana Moss to get healthy next year. With Wayne Corbett operating over the middle, if Vinny comes back and gets more and more comfortable with Paul Hackett's offense, don't forget Curtis Martin. The Jets will be in the playoffs again next year.
2nd down and 10. Throws to the end zone as the clock ticks down, and that's incomplete. They want a flag. Don't get it. Clock ticks down to 3-0, and the Oakland Raiders, the number 3 seed in the AFC, advance to the playoffs.
And that's it. And we all know what happens after that. But this was the last game. Gruden coached on the sideline in Oakland. Let's hope he returns. Does the same thing. Thank you for joining us on a Black Friday, Silver and Black Theater, Raider Reaction. Make sure you tune in every Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. We're right here holding it down. And every Friday is Black Friday on Raider Reaction. Thank you. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.